So you none got any, whoever these everybody are, they got no reason to complain. Because Biggin was the one that was harassing me. I just got sick of it. I started giving her own stuff back to her. She was always sitting on her page criticizing me. Well, that April, I decided, I waited to see, I said, I'm going to wait till she posts her next photos. They're always so ugly. She rarely has a good photo. Like even some of them, I'll tell my sister. I say, well, that one don't look bad. Yeah, but zoom in on it. Look at it. It's bad. She'll do that. There's been times I found a picture, I said, that one kind of don't look as bad. Then, of course, now my eyesight, it's not 20/20, so. So, in other words, I basically notice things better than the next person. I notice things better than the next person. Because believe me, I can notice things. Because my eyes ain't 20/20. I have to look at everything hard. So if it's clear and it's crystal clear, I can see it good. But if it's got some distractions in it, I notice them. But I don't notice all the details. These lenses here, up until they got old, their little stuff wore off on them, like all their little packaging they had on. I could see a lot better than these than I have seen in a long time. Indeed, I can actually read a premium race is available. Enter with the 200,000. That's as far as I got as it went down. I can read that without moving them closer to the screen. Or in the old days of those glasses that were just made for seeing far away, I would have had to raise up and actually put my face to the screen to read it. Believe me, I notice imperfections and blimpers faster than anybody else, because if it's perfect, I see it better. And I can see the difference between a good picture and a bad picture. So I just started giving it back to her. I got on and said, those pictures are blurry. However, I said it. Then she had a fit about that. But negativity, I said, well, now you know how it feels. That's my next post. So whoever these everyones are, I don't give a fuck who you are. You're not in my world. If you're a follower, I'm probably, if you're connected with her, I'm probably not going to want anything to do with you anyway. So. If you don't want to see me, I guess you can go. That's just all I can say. Whoever these everyones are. They're big enough to be everybody, though. One's big enough to be Uranus, and the other's big enough to be Jupiter. I picked two of the biggest planets. I made sure I picked Uranus for a reason. That's what you are. You're a couple of anuses. A couple of smelly asses. Is what both of you are. A couple of smelly asses. So they're big as Uranus and Jupiter. So I guess they are big enough to be their own little mini planet. I'm sure they got a mini planet going on. There ain't no telling how many demons inhabit those two. You know, when Jesus would come up against the demons, he'd say legion. I bet I'm dealing with legion upon legion upon legion with these two. Yeah, there may be 3 or 4 legions in there. Maybe 10 legions. 10,000 legions. The battery's already dead again. I got a long time off that other pair. I think I may get off from that. I was on for an hour and 19. That's pretty good. I didn't get to the role play. We'll bring Michael. If I get the night stream, I don't always get the night stream. If we get the night stream, we'll do the Michael versus Jason. I think I like it. I don't think I want to do it the rest of the month. I want to let Jason compete with him. I like that new Jason I chose. Let's go into him for just a few minutes. I actually like that new Jason. By the way, big boy, that has nothing to do with you. That's the real Jason. You don't matter. I was a Jason fan long before I ever knew y'all. Indeed, like I said, my mom and daddy took me to see the very first one when I was a little boy. The first day it came on. So I saw Friday the 13th from the beginning, and that was his mama, of course. That's mama. They're making a series about her. I can't wait to see the. They say he's going to be in an episode or two. Me and Crystal actually got to see the first Freddy Krueger with introducing Johnny Depp. Mama took us to see that the first day. She told me when I was going to see that, she said, "I'm not going to make the mistake again. She's older now. She'll be able to talk." She says, "I'm taking her with you." So we got to see the first Nightmare on Elm Street. We saw several. We didn't see all of them. I don't think we went to see 3. I'll have to ask my sister. Did we? I'll ask her. She don't remember. I got a pretty good memory. I know we went to see 4 or 5. 1, 4, 5. We didn't see 2. I think we might have did go see 3. I'll have to ask her. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about 3, but I know about 4 or 5. And then we went to that crazy one. We skipped the Nutter, and then we went to that crazy one. One that's filmed by the woman. You know, the one that's filmed by the woman and they actually show him being the child molester. The guy starts out with an airplane. That one. Where they're riding around in circles. We wouldn't see that one. We didn't see we rented number 2. Indeed, I fell asleep when they watched it the first time. You know me, I had the bad habit of staying up all night. I had that as a kid. That's one of the reasons it kept me East Coast. Well, they brought it home. The bus loads, and then I fall asleep. The next thing I wake up and the dogs are barking, and Crystal goes, "You slept through the whole movie. It's about over." You know the part where it's at the fence and she's going, is it him or her? I can't remember if it's him or her. I think it's the Lisa girl. And she's open, and that music starts on. Boom, boom, and that dog's barking. It's got that man's head on it. That's where I woke up the first time we was watching Freddy Krueger 2. Crystal goes, "You slept she said, "You slept through the whole movie." So the minute it went off, I rewinded and I watched it. Because everybody else had watched it. Crystal watched it again with me. Mom and Daddy went on. We rented it. Yeah, I fell asleep at the bus. You remember when he's on the bus? I don't even think I made it to the part where he pulled his glove out or nothing. I think I was already asleep before the glove come out. You know where he's going? He's scratching the seats. I think I fell asleep before we even got to the fucking glove. He found somebody. He found the victim. He found a Sandy Hook resident. Sandy Hook. I guess I'm tired of talking about that crap. You know, Jones didn't do nothing there. Sandy Spring. And it was Obama and Biden at first. I'm telling you, I saw Biden on my TV. He's going up about the guns immediately. I mean, he was. That fucking Biden. That low-life Biden. He was on my fucking TV babbling about the guns. About an hour or so after the shoot. Babbling Joe is a loser then.
What do you think you're doing?
Now he's bullying senior citizens around. He's a terrible human being. You're terrible, Jason.
No, please, no.
You're terrible, Jason. He got 3 murders before he... He's the serial killer, though. You got to kill 3 or more to be a serial killer. I found that out when I was doing studies about how to make the world of madness. You got to kill 3. That's why I made Trent Jeff say, "We killed 3 people and we'll kill again. We became serial killers." Yeah, according to the law, you got to kill 3 people, then they count as serial killers. That's back then, of course. I don't know what they count now. Ah, man, I forgot to turn on the Infinite Live. Now, what kind of Jason gets shot and don't die? He was doing good. He was murdering. Okay, well, we got to do it again. I'll have to get the settings and put him as... I can't believe I forgot to turn... 1971. See what we want him to be. Let's do the bat and swirl. I don't want him to have any dialogue. You know what? To make it more realistic, I'm going to leave some of the other stuff off. Let's make it like a real Friday the 13th. You wouldn't have all those explosions. Now, I might make some super jumps. You wouldn't have all those explosions going on. But now will he find the victim? Let's get the hammer. That's I always liked him with the axe. I know he carried around that knife through most of his career. But when he had the overalls, if you remember, one of the scenes they showed him with before he got the machete was the axe. Of course, that's because I was copying He Knows You Alone. Or that other one, the Town That Dreaded Sundown. He Knows You Alone was probably copying Michael Myers. I bet it was made after Michael Myers. It was probably a knockoff of Michael Myers. I can't believe he was killing and he wasn't invincible. Now I gotta stalk around and find some more victims. Let's just stalk. Let's just stalk around and we find Jason a victim. So the rest of the month, is going to be Jason versus Michael. And they're going to see who can kill the most in Sandy Springs, whatever it's called. I decided to make them attack Sandy Springs this year. Michael's going to compete with Jason. Jason was going to do Sandy Springs. So Michael's decided, you ain't getting on my thing, period. This area is mine in the torment. See, he's going to compete with him. Yes, man. Come on, let's get off. Come on. Come on. Come on. I don't want to bother the dog. He don't want to bother the dog. He's not attacking the dog. You remember the Jason that wouldn't attack the dog? He's not going to attack the dog. Jason wants no beef with the dog. He likes dogs as humans he ate. That's so horrible, by the way. But I got to put myself in the mindset of a bad person. If we're playing a bad individual, you got to put yourself in that mindset.